Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Farms. In today's video we are going to be loading up a heifer because she is going to be going to a neighboring dairy farm and join their herd. Got a nice chute set up here, just some gates.
This is what you call makeshift.
So if you pay attention to the videos, you know this is our younger pen of heifers with the bull that are breeding age heifers. And then in the back side of the barn here are the dry cows and the heifers that are a bit closer to calving.
By the gate. That's her. She knows it's time to go. No, that ain't the one. This one here is.
Yeah, that's the closest one.
Yeah, they got the same route. See if we can get this in one shot. Well, like 3 days ago, there was nothing there yet.
Come on, girl.
There's 1 foot. She's going.
So that one really smooth getting her on.
Yeah, usually if you just, it's worth taking the time to set up properly. And with her, usually when we load cows, it always seems like the first shot is your best shot. If you allow them to turn around, they know something's not right, then it's just, you end up
fighting them.
Go out of your way even more and more to finally get her in that tunnel. Once we had her feet ready to step in, it was just a matter of holding there. She just had to make up her mind, okay, I'm gonna walk in here. And no fighting, no wrestling, just holding her. And
Yeah, I know what some people are thinking, being the way we started the video. Why are you guys selling something? Well, that's actually a big part of your business, is selling replacement heifers for other dairies.
we are pretty lucky we're able to sell them. You know, I don't get that into everyone else's dairy that I understand, you know, why they don't have heifers for sale, whether they're, usually you get 50% bull calves, heifer calves. I always look at it, every one of my cows replaces herself at least twice. On average, our cows are here at least 4 lactations. Now, they're not always bred back exactly from a year apart, but, you know, within 14, 15 months tops, they're with another calf already. So, unless you lose a calf through a stillbirth or scours or something, I mean, she's replaced herself. So I can't see taking the mother, which is maybe 3rd lactation or so, and replacing her with the daughter. So that way, up to half of our heifers we're able to sell. So now with the kill price being very high, meat price is very high, we don't have much tolerance for an older cow that's lame or maybe just milks a little tough or just anything. It's just any little thing. I'm just like, maybe it's better let her go while you can get a good price for her and she could still walk good and everything's great, and put her daughter in her spot. But anyway, so looking at this group, there's 5 or 6 in here that could be up to less than a month away, and we're later February now with this nicer weather we've been getting. I mean, it's nice to calve them in the spring. Grass is not too far around the corner, but we're switching, how many now? 6, 7?
Yeah, 6. Gonna be 7 soon.
Yeah, and to dry something up, I could. They're maybe 3 to 4 months out, which, okay, so you dry her up. Yeah, if we get them on pasture, it doesn't cost much, but then we just end up handling a lot more cattle. Sometimes, well, we got a guy that's been doing pretty good buying a one here and there. Yeah, so we're kind of splitting up things a little bit. So yeah, it's extra income. I'm just happy we can do it. Great heifers. It's always tough for me because we've been AIing and bull breeding. I always keep very good records on the cow they came from, If I would have sold the mom, if she was a very good cow, got a lot of lactations, done well, looked well, I always put notes down by the daughters that aren't in yet. So then you decide, okay, should I keep that one? Or that came from a really good cow, and you try to, you're always trying to keep the best, which I think sometimes it's just a trap shoot anyway. Yeah. I've had where a cow came from your average to really not that great of a mother and ended up being some of our best cows. So really, you just got to kind of sell them when you can and keep them when you can. And
yeah, so to sum that up, we're fortunate enough we have enough replacements where Dad can try to play the genetic game and deciding who he wants to keep and who he wants to sell. Because some farms are looking for the opposite of what we're looking for, where they want a bigger Holstein, a taller Holstein to fit their operation, whereas we want something a bit smaller and petite and better for grazing.
So I don't know, maybe the dynamics may be changing, but generally these big freestall operations, if she's too small, she kind of gets beat around more. Not always the case, of course, and then of course they don't have to lay down in a stall barn. They can sprawl out on a nice big freestall and have a little more wander around time and stuff and pick and choose where they want to lay. Again, yeah, once in a while, even though they're coming in at 25 months, 26, we do graze, so they don't always grow as fast during the grazing months. They get to be pretty big, or they can be. And yes, we breed for a little more. I've always they got that center line in the breeding charts. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Try to stay on the lower side of that. You'll get shorter, more cows that can fit stalls nice. Kind of built like a milking shorthorn. That's what I go for. In between that and a Jersey. So right now we got a fair amount of crossed up stuff, especially with the bull now. Some of them roans are coming up. They're looking really nice.
Yeah, and then for those viewers that aren't familiar with the genetic books, Dad did do a video last winter, which I'll refer to up in the top corner. You guys should go check that out if you want to see what those books look like and what Dad's referring to.
Well, I try to keep, it's not computer records, but it's records I can understand. And you think in a small herd you can remember everything, but a lot of times where we use a number, we go from 1 to 100 and we got, something like 50 some cows, they kind of start blending in your head. Like her now, that we call her albino, she was a very, what would you call it, high temperament, which is kind of scared. You couldn't get close to her as a young heifer. Once she came in, and I wanted to keep her just because she came out of one of the blue roans, I believe. Actually, that's 1/4 shorthorn. We put a shorthorn bull into her and ended up with this fully white animal. And once she came in, it took about 2 weeks, and she really calmed down. And that's really the perfect size I love. They breed easy. They go to any stall you want them to go to, and they'll just go in there. They don't challenge much. They're easy cattle to work with. And they're great grazing animals. Production-wise, might be a little debatable at times compared to a larger Holstein like this. But I would bet this whole farm that cow's gonna last way longer than the ones built like this. It's just, and again, in the kill, as far as meat, she's gonna have a thicker carcass at the end too.
Yeah, look at the size difference between the two of them. She's further away and looks like she's the same size. Especially once they get older, they really put some size.
And they're just, you don't have it isn't all legs. Like the Holstein's all legs and a deep body, and if they have any problems at all, if they would go down for whatever reason, milk fever, whatever, they just seem to have a harder time snapping back.
I wanted to interrupt the video quick to apologize for the calf you're hearing in the background. We just weaned him off of milk, so he's just being transitioned from milk to just strictly water, and it's his first day, so he's crying about it, just like a baby. When they don't get what they want, they're gonna cry. I also wanted to say, while I'm interrupting the video, make sure to check out GierokFarms.com. That's our own website. You can see what we have on there, and then also remember to share, like, subscribe if you enjoy the content, and leave some comments down below. Let's get back to the video.
So that's our experiences anyway. And now the bull there, he's got 15 heifers with him, and that's about the max on that size pen. So what I do is in the calf barn, when my records say that there's heifers coming of age, I usually go by age even more than size, because it can fool you. We'll move 1 or 2 or 3 up, or whatever the case, and then I'll take out 1 or 2 or 3 and put into this side. So he's always got the 15 with him that are open to shortly bred, I guess.
Yeah, and they're about the right size for him, being he's a shorter bull.
Right. He's doing pretty good. He's starting to run around a little more when we're moving cattle and stuff, so you got to keep your eye on him. He's very, very good on his feet, and those are the type that you know, you got to really watch because they can move. And like the bigger bulls or the older bulls, they don't move as fast. You're more likely to kind of get your thing done and outmaneuver them, I guess you could say. But very seldom we ever have to go in there. It's mostly only when we have to sort something out, you know, and that's just nature of a bull. And usually putting something in, as soon as he gets wind of that, he's all excited more than ever to allow that to happen.
Yeah. On a different note, you and Mom were just at a big meeting, a co-op meeting. You want to touch on some of the key points of that? Does Mom want to talk about that at all?
I don't know. It was a great meeting. It was very informative. There was lots of discussion this year compared to otherwise. It was a good meeting because there's a lot of participation from the members.
Yeah. That's good. And a shout out to some other YouTubers. Trinity gave us some merchandise of theirs, so shout out to them. Go check out their channel. Most of you guys probably know who they are already, but
so we got presented a bunch of merchandise there, and which was great. Never expected that. So when I got home, I'm trying things on, deciding which one fits the best.
Yeah. And shout out to Trinity Farms for getting Mom and Dad some sweatshirts and hats when they're.
I'm kind of jealous of their logo. I just love
up at the meeting.
I love their design here.
So yeah, the plan is Mom and Dad are now going to take that heifer that we just loaded over to that local farmer of ours, and I'm sure there'll be more socializing than business, but it'll be good for you guys to get off the farm. So anyways, that was a nice little cattle video. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for sticking to the end, and we will see you next time.